But first tonight, America's cities, they are in crisis. Look at the statistics. They're everywhere. Rape, robbery, assault, murder is skyrocketing. In Portland, the murder rate is up a whopping 800%. In Minneapolis, it's up by a whopping 56%. Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, also now suffering through major spikes in violent crime. Now, what do all these cities have in common? One, they are all run and have been for many years by far-left Democrats. Number two, the same Democrats that vilified law enforcement, slashed police budgets, defunding the police, vowing to defund and dismantle as well, enacting soft-on-crime policies like no bail reform, refusing to prosecute people that we have video of rioting and looting involved in arson and other violent criminals. During the summer of 2020, these Democrats, they bent the knee to an angry mob, denied the reality that was playing out before the entire country. In Minneapolis, city leaders allowed a police precinct to be burned to the ground. In Seattle, entire city blocks were ceded to rioters and criminals for weeks. Downtown Portland was lit on fire almost every night for months. And all across the country, police were assaulted with bricks and frozen water bottles and rocks and Molotov cocktails. Several other cities experienced arson, looting on a massive scale. Look at your screen. Scenes like this in Santa Monica, California, they were widespread, looting in broad daylight. In Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, dozens and dozens of storefronts smashed and looted. In Times Square over the weekend, a Marine was hit with a stray bullet. In Oakland, where the city council, where they just voted to defund the police, a gunman tried to rob a camera crew during an interview with the city's crime prevention chief at City Hall. Pretty brazen. A few weeks earlier in San Francisco, another news crew was robbed at gunpoint, again in broad daylight. Take a look.
The car came up here while we were about to do an interview. 3 guys jumped out. One had a gun, put it up to my face and said, "We're taking the camera."
Ford, a veteran journalist, said the whole encounter with a Glock in his face took less than a minute.
My whole thought at the moment was, let's be calm. Let's not get this guy excited. He's got the gun. I don't. So you take the camera. It's yours, buddy.
The violence is out of control, and it's happening in many cities all across the country. Instead of cracking down on crime and restoring law and order so we can be safe and secure and pursue happiness, well, police budgets, they're getting slashed. Officers are now being restricted. They're told to stand back and stand down. Many criminals who loot and riot and steal, they're not even getting arrested. And most of those that have been locked up, they're just quickly let out of jail, and then all charges, even with videotaped evidence, is dropped. For example, 118 individuals arrested in New York City during last year's looting spree. Almost every single case was just dismissed. Tons of evidence. Now, after a year of chaos and violence and mayhem, almost no one in America supports this insane defund the police movement. Only 18%, according to a recent poll. And meanwhile, a brand new Harvard-Harris poll shows an overwhelming majority, nearly 70% of Americans have, in fact, a favorable view of police. According to a Pew poll, minorities, including African Americans, are worried about crime and oppose cuts to police funding. Obviously, these are not good numbers for Democrats that have sat idly by and silent and spent the last year themselves vilifying the police, defunding and dismantling. But tonight, the Biden administration, well, they have a bold new plan, they tell us. Unfortunately, that plan has nothing to do with making your cities safer. Instead, the geniuses in the new administration, they're now accusing Republicans. They're saying they're the ones that want to defund the police. Okay, I'm not making this up, and we've got the videotape to prove it. Take a look.
Look, Republicans are very good at staying on talking points of who says defund the police, but the truth is they defunded the police. We funded crime intervention, and a whole bunch of other things.
Part of his announcement is also ensuring there's specific guidance to communities across the country to ensure that they have funding to get more community police around the country, something that was supported by the American Jobs Plan that was voted into law by Democrats just a couple of months ago. Some might say that the other party was for defunding the police. I'll let others say that, but that's a piece.
That's what you call an outright lie. You could even call it a conspiracy theory if they actually believe that crap. And where are the so-called fact checkers at the Washington Post or fake news CNN or PolitiFact? Maybe they want to weigh in on this one. This might be the most blatant lie in modern American politics, but you don't have to take my word for it because we actually have proof. It's called videotape. Thank God for videotape. Take a look.
Yes, I support the defund movement because this is about the investment in our communities, which have historically been divested.
One that I'm actively engaged in advocacy for, is the reduction of really truly talking about the reduction of our NYPD budget and defunding a $6 billion NYPD budget.
This model of saying, not only do we need to defund, but we need to dismantle and start anew, allows us to really reimagine what public safety should look like in our community.
You know, in many cities in America, over 1/3 of their city budget goes to police. So we have to have this conversation. What are we doing?
Remember last year, the Democrats, they wouldn't call riots riots, and the same Democrats never mentioned it at the DNC, all that had gone on last summer. Kamala Harris herself even promoted that bail fund to get violent criminals out of jail. During the DNC, no mention of last summer's violent riots. Even Joe Biden himself, he said that police have become the enemy, and he agreed that cities should absolutely redirect funds away from law enforcement. They're now blaming Republicans for this, but we've got more videotape to prove they're wrong, and they're outright lying. Take a look.
Surplus military equipment for law enforcement. They don't need that. The last thing you need is an up-armored Humvee coming into a neighborhood. It's like the military invading. They don't know anybody. They become the enemy. They're supposed to be protecting these people. So my generic point is that...
Do we agree that we can redirect some of the funding?
Yes, absolutely.
At least he didn't say, come on, man, are you a junkie? Now, just to recap, the radical socialist base of this New Deal Democratic Party demanded that the police be defunded. They did it. Democratic leaders in the House and the Senate, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they all agreed. Local Democrats on the city-state level then ripped billions of dollars out of police budgets. New York, Los Angeles, and Minneapolis, that's just a start. They reduced the size of their police force. They let violent criminals out of jail. They stopped prosecuting a multitude of very serious crimes, including violent crimes. And predictably, violent crime is skyrocketing. And now Democrats, they want to blame Republicans? Okay, our memories might be short, but they're not that short. And the Democratic Party thinks that we, the American people, must be that gullible and stupid. And at the same time, this is the guy they just put in the White House. Take a look. Thank goodness for videotape.
Please, please, please sit down. I once said that in a big crowd. It was in the evening. I said, please sit down. And there were no seats. They were out in the football field. And the press pointed out Biden's losing it. And I could see you all had seats. This bipartisan breakthrough is a great deal for the American people. Not just for folks in cities, not just for red states or blue states, but for everybody. The jobs that are going to be created here largely will be those for blue-collar workers.
The job. Okay, we've shown you tape from Joe Biden in 2012, 2016. That seem like the same guy to you? You trust Joe Biden with your safety and security? You think he's going to come up with a plan to reduce violent crime in America? I don't think so. We'll let you decide. Joe Biden seemingly barely knows what day of the week it is. His radical New Green Deal socialist base, They seem to be in charge, and make no mistake, they are hell-bent on dismantling law and order. We could tell by their actions. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.